Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is by common sense. I try to keep it down in the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's of something very fucking and important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people who like to smoke, people who like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. There's like 80 to 90% of you asses are masses. Listeners' discretion is advised. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast you put it down below. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast you put it down below. Everything will be monitored, screened, and approved by me directly. But of course, if you come here and you have found this page, this videos, the universe has brought you to me. And then you must have a third eye open in your mind to actually listen to me. Because if you have been brought here by universe, and you can get over the 1 minute rambling on section of my videos, or 2 minutes, I don't know, before I start the video, then of course you're special to me. Then you are going down the rabbit hole. You are going into the realm of what everybody else doesn't talk about, okay? And I just talk about it, and I hit it right on the nail all of the time. But of course, if you can see my past videos with other individuals I have talked to, I have put deeper thought than most of you have. Okay, all right. So this video is going to be pertaining to two things. I may have forgotten. I think one of them is the benefits of single marriage, and also the benefits of what is it? Taking advantage of marriage and single mothers. Okay. Single mothers and marriage. That's what it is. Yes. And as I've probably made this video before, but I hear a lot of guys saying avoid single mothers. Don't long-term goal them, okay? It is very important to be careful of each person you listen to, because if they don't have a strategy, on why and why not you should date them, then of course you're going to be wasting your time. But I'm going to tell you right here how to take advantage of single mothers and also marriage, okay, right here. Okay, now I know there's going to be some red pillars out there. I know there's going to be some haters out there who are going to say what I'm trying to do, okay? I know you may not have the capability of manipulation or studying, okay, but it's very important to study law when it comes down to marriage. Marriage can be very beneficial, especially these are the things you can do, okay, if you are planning to get married to someone, okay? If you're poor or something, stay poor, okay? See, I know that may not sound correctly. I'm just trying to help you here. You can take advantage of your so-called the Disabilities Act, okay? Everybody qualifies for some sort of disability, so you may have to sacrifice 2 weeks to signing yourself in as an outpatient. Because I got mines in a weird way, okay? I just the voices started getting loud with me. I never knew anything about no schizophrenia or schizoologist. Schizoaffective. I didn't know nothing about that shit. So study up on mental illness. Study up on how going to an outpatient to see if you have a mental psychosis like I do, okay? But I always had it since I was 7, okay? And I told the doctors this, and they was trying to give me medications and shit. So now I got the medications and everything. And so I get Social Security because I worked over at least about 15 years of my life slaving, working as a security guard. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that you guys can put 1 + 1 together. And I tell people this, but I should charge it. I'm trying to tell you guys what an outpatient is. You go into outpatient, the doctors check you in. You are locked in there for 2 weeks. I was in Western Psych. Yes, I was. And after they let me out, I did not want the Social Security. I didn't know what Social Security was. So Social Security is your ticket out. Okay, so now you have income now, especially if you worked into it. There's 2 versions of Social Security. It is called Social Security Disability and also Social Security Income. If you get the Social Security SSI, that you only get like $700, okay, which is not good. And of course, if you worked into your life and you've been filing your taxes correctly, your Social Security can actually get you a ticket out before the age of 67, okay? So if you have bipolar, schizophrenia, just like they say I have, okay, and I didn't know what the fuck that was, bipolarism, okay, schizoaffective, yada, 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 go in there, receive the medication, okay? And make it, balance it out, okay? You know how to figure things out because you're a male, right? You play video games, right? So I'm just telling you the beginning effort of taking advantage of the system in a good way, being honest by checking yourself in. Also, okay, when you think about women in general, after you get your checks and shit like that, think about the potential of what you can do by learning from the women, by not just focusing in on women, but focusing in on psychology and every type of things. I'm a Renaissance man, so I'm never a boring person. So when I have a conversation with someone, I'm always talking about things that's beneficial to them, but they're not hearing me. And so I put this message out here for y'all guys, and even some women, as a matter of fact, okay? Because there's women I knew who didn't have a mental disability and shit, but they got a disability check, and I'm like, oh shit. I didn't know shit about it. I didn't know what the fuck it was. So look into Social Security. Then after you get your money, because you're gonna need money. That's the ground breaking. That's the ground part. After you get your money, then look towards women so you can procreate. Procreation is a very important thing for all men. Okay, you don't want to be a black pill, and it's not. Let's give up on life totally. You don't have no seeds. You're just a monk. You might as well go to Tibet. All right, you just giving up on your life. Don't commit suicide now. You don't know what the next life is going to be. So you see women out there and you learn and you study women's psychological behaviors. You already know women are very fleeting and temporary. And you know women don't have as much in common with men. So you take advantage of those things. And I'm telling you step by step what to do here, but you're not going to listen. I know you're not going to listen. It's okay. So once you see a single mother, the benefit of single mothers is that if you're broke and they got a lot more money, and you get a divorce, you get alimony. If you just know how to run your mouth, okay? Just study law. Understand that what alimony is, you already know what child support is. You in the house, okay? Unless she didn't file. Most women usually file child support or alimony and shit is because they're more likely to be broke. While the man has all of the motherfucking money. Now, if you do your research, you know that Britney Spears lost in the court of law against a male who was an alpha who took advantage of her. Now he gets alimony and fucking child support because he filed for divorce. Okay. So, this is why Oprah don't marry, because she don't get taken advantage of. So start marrying up. Okay? Be a high-quality man marrying up. Because the courts ain't going to hear that. Alimony goes to you, my brother. Now, another good reason to deal with single mothers is that there's something called polygyny. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are like not into virgins, because, I'm into virgins. I don't care if she's a single mother, I can babysit the kids. That's a benefit. Because I did that shit before and I got paid. Paid very well. I said $100 a week. I'm watching your kids $100 a fucking week, right? Okay, now you can cut that in half and make $100 for one female. So you got $200 coming in every week because you're watching two different children from two different places. You're traveling though. You're going to have a car. You're going to have to get some shit together to do this. Because I did this. I used to be a babysitter for two women at a time in the week. That's the $200. So you're making like 200, 2, 4, 6, 8. You're making $200 tax fucking free. Tax fucking free. So stop talking about single mothers out there. Okay, when you can babysit their kids, you don't need to get in a long-term relationship unless there's a catch-22 with marriage. Now here, remember this now. There's a lot of used vaginas out there who don't have it all together up here. And I was always thinking about this if I didn't have kids. If I didn't have kids, I would be doing this. But I'm trying to tell you, if you to marry her, if she has the money to, because you broke. Remember that. You always stay broke. And being ambitious is not a fucking good thing. So next thing you know, you get involved with the female, you want to marry her, you still broke, and she making all of the goddamn money. Because I know some guys who are broke, and she can't divorce you, okay? The court's is going to cater into your matriarch is actually good. So next thing you know, you tell her about polygyny and shit, you just be open about things. You got to be open. And she says, no. But if you file for divorce, we could turn the tables. You can see what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying now here. So those are the benefits of marriage and single mothers. Okay, I've explained all sorts of shit in layman's terms for you guys to, just not play video games all the time. Because there's lots of women, if you just put yourself out there in the correct way, who will want to marry you. And they'll pay for everything. Okay, guys, I know guys who are, this is the thing I don't agree with, but there's guys who are into polyandry, okay, where there's multiple men in one pussy, okay, some shit. I wouldn't get trapped in that situation because I don't like used vaginas, okay, because I have OCD with used vaginas. But y'all guys, if you need a roof over your head and all that shit, that's what women are doing to you, right? So take advantage of the system by flipping the psychology in reverse. And you can make a big buck by manipulating the system in a good, honest way, okay, rather than just saying it's manipulative in a bad way. Because when I was homeless for 2 years, I always thought that, is this all to life? This is before my Social Security disability and shit, you know, because I worked my ass off. I was a personal care aide. I worked in slave labor. I worked at CVS. I worked at Popeyes. I worked at all sorts of places. And I just look at the money as a way for them to control me, okay? You know, I like to do labor because I'm well built for it because of my labor. My labor works out because there's no way I'm going to let my weight go over a certain way because I'm really peculiar about my weight, and I like to focus on Jacqueline Lane and Dr. Sebi type shit. I'm always learning some shit. And it's very important for you as a fucking male. And if any females are watching me, it's very important for you as a female to always learn what a man likes to do. Have something in common with a male. But y'all guys are always doing something. Because I don't really have complaints about most guys. The only thing I have a complaint about is confidence. Lack of confidence. And since the guy don't have a lot of confidence, he'll pay more. Okay, and I make a good killing off of guys who have lack of confidence, and they help me out, and I benefit off of that, and I gotta make my game stream, and they come on to me, and basically in my inbox and stuff, and they help me out financially. But that's a business. You can be a therapist too, and I made a video about how to be a therapist, especially the females. But I pushed it another level though. As I said before, I was a fetish gigolo, and I use a strap-on. See, I'm improvising. It's called improvision. No matter what anybody says, you always have to ask that question. Like, how can I take advantage of this? And this man says, don't do it. How can I take advantage of that when this person says, don't do it, or this? You got to think about risk factors, okay? If I know most of you guys, and especially Milanos and Crackers, play enough video games to be meticulous about how you can take advantage. You know how it is with me? When something bad happens, I get something good. Now, if you can understand that supernatural thing, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the Holy Spirit. I was in the street. My wife kicked me out. I allowed her to kick me out. Now, what kind of man would say such a thing? Why wouldn't I allow my wife to kick me out of the house when I know what was going to happen to her if she tried to? I only get kicked out twice in my life. I would never get kicked out again, okay? The first time I almost killed her daughter. Because I have risk factors, okay? I have certain limitations when someone tried to threaten my life. And she kicked me out, but she knew she wasn't supposed to kick me out. And now her daughter likes me and shit, and I did some crazy shit, okay? Which you don't want to know, okay? So I got all my cards and eggs in one basket within myself. I don't put my eggs in no baskets nowhere. So I'm too fucking smart for that. When something bad happens to me, I got a setup like Mr. fucking Remington. The second time, it's my wife from Ethiopia. Now, I'm the type of person that will piss you the fuck off when you're pissing me the fuck off. And that's just how it is. I usually tell you, if you do wrong thing to me, I do two things. I'm kind of spiteful, yeah, but understand this. What does it call a man if you give me one thing and I give you two things back? Very generous. All right, so I'm both of those things. You don't want to fuck with me. And plus I deal with magic too, and the demons and angels. And I talk to all of them motherfuckers all of the fucking time. So I taught a lot of things here. See, you guys can take advantage. And you women can take advantage too. Women have already been taking advantage for so long. They went in the pimp game all of the time. How marriage and single mothers can benefit you as a male. And if you are on the other side of this coin, and if you have a single kid and you already hit the wall or some shit like that, there's ways for you out there. There's so many simps out there, so many beta alphas to take advantage of. You're already doing it. If you're that goddamn desperate, okay? You want to have 15 dicks, you got to have the money for the 15 dicks. Alright, okay, it's that simple, okay? If you that rich, okay, you should not be unhappy, okay? I can't stand talking to women who have money and then they just want to be selfish with the money and selfish with the pussy at the same time. That doesn't make sense to me. But there are lots of women like that out there. They'll say, I'm six-figuring, bitch, and I'm like, okay, pay me. I'll clean your fucking house. I'll watch your jaws and shit. Give me $2 million a fucking year. Okay, whenever time you tired of me, just tell me, hey, I'll be gone. But there ain't nobody who can replace me. That's the problem. And now these days, people can take people to court and sue people now. Okay, so you gotta think about how to sue people too. If you're a man, and y'all women who got six-figure incomes taking advantage of trying to find another man who's a six-figure, being greedy and shit, and that shit ain't gonna fly. It's karma is a motherfucking bitch. Snitches lead to ditches. Okay, so I'm just trying to tell you like it is. So I told you the benefits of motherfucking marriage, dating a single mother, and these motherfuckers on the red pill and all across the fucking media is telling me don't date them. But when I write down in the comment section, this is how you can take care of them in a small paragraph, then they always like up. Because they're not, most guys don't improvise like fucking MacGyver. Okay, you don't improvise, motherfucker. Do you see potential? I see, where I'm living at, I can live with any type of female out here. Hey, you pay me for this, I'm gonna buy this and stuff. I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. She'd be like, oh, for real? I remember I was washing my motherfucking car outside. She was like, you doing a thorough job doing your car. And I'm just sitting out there washing my motherfucking car. She said, how much is gonna cost to wash my car? That's gonna, and that, you know, I was talking sexual though. I was like, to do your car, yeah, it's gonna cost $100. He said, you too much. I said, hell yeah, but I'm not gonna do it just to wash your car, my lady again. I'll keep up with that shit. So she was like, oh, okay, you like that too? I said, yeah, for $100. I'm not gonna, see, you know, if you're washing someone's car and waxing, that's a lot of manpower there. Because women don't usually wash cars, okay? So, improvise, motherfuckers. Improvise, all of you. Okay? So other than that, I'm like, what else is there to say about taking advantage of single mothers in fucking marriage? Use improvision. Use common sense. If you're the brokest motherfucker and she's making all that money, you got the advantage. Okay, just like what women do. Women ain't got no money, and then next thing they go to court, they get tired of you. Then with me though, it don't work as easy. Okay, you'll be paying me. Okay, even no matter which seed, both sides. I'm paying both sides. I play devil's advocate at the same time. I'm an indigo child. I hear a voice telling me, "Don't do this, don't do that." I said, I don't know, man. I had police calling, telling me and shit, you should do this. And it's like, nah, and my voice is saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't listen to them. You gotta suffer, and then you'll get your blessing. I have to suffer to get the blessing. Okay, isn't that backwards? Yeah. So please, guys, okay, and dudettes and women out there, understand you can take advantage of a situation that is necessary. Always have a replacement for something that you lose. Life is fucking short. Why worry so much about anything unless you're a fucking fat ass? Because I can't stand fat people, okay? People who are lazy, don't care about their health, you know, you can get the most money from them too now. I can get the most, if I see a fat chick, that's money for me. Women pay me $20 a day, $30 a day. Fucking, it's too easy, but I got daughters now. So I'm traveling to find me another mommies. I'm finding virgin mommies. There ain't nobody talk like me on the internet. Don't even try it. But other than that, I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Let me get off on here because my boy is actually calling me. I was like, what the hell does he want? I got too many motherfuckers who are cowards and shit. Beta Alpha is trying to hit me up and shit. I'm like, dude, you know I cost money, right? Okay. I'm not for fucking free. I'm not fucking free. I'm not going to hang with you. I talked to this guy. I call him Doo-Doo Boy, okay? He tried to make fun of my peanut head. And I said, Doo-Doo, you're a Doo-Doo Boy. Look at you and shit. He trying to be like me. He's like my apprentice. Like on the fucking Mr. Brooks and shit, okay? He trying to follow my footsteps and shit. I said, you can't stop me, motherfucker. You trying to get my daughters before they get older. I said, you will never get my daughters. I would have to have you on the leash, and you gonna have to pay, okay? You a nigga following me, that sounds kind of gay, okay? But other than that, I'm cooking some fucking, look what I'm talking about. I'm cooking some steak. I chopped it up. I'm gonna tell you a little recipe. Crock pot, everything, man. Most of the time, your food tastes good in a crock pot. Okay. Crock pot, yeah. I got some pinto beans in there. Smoking, man, smoking. You can't see it because it's like simmering and shit. Yes, ultra fucking tender. Crock pots and cast iron makes the best food in the world. Okay, you mix all your ingredients, throw it in there, and let it roast. Put a little hot sauce and shit, a little cucumber sauce. Make that shit yourself. God damn it, you guys all better know how to cook. You guys better know how to cook. Let me get off of here now. I'm about to eat pinto beans, okay, and some chickpeas and shit to make my nuts squirt. I'm 46 years old. I'll be on the basketball court. I wish those little kids try to make fun of my bald head. I'll be like, do you see my head? I like when they make fun of me. I like to make them smile. I like to make a lot of people smile. But other than that, I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Peace.